Mr. and Mrs. Turner enter Timmy's horribly messy room in search of him. However, the mess has gotten so out of hand that there's green gunk on the fishbowl, a rat living in the room, and eating a left-out pizza, and, whatever is under the bed, eating scraps of popcorn. After Mr. Turner grabs Mrs. Turner, claiming the mess is too horrible to see, Timmy, along with Cosmo and Wanda, are in Timmy's essential Crimson Chin comic book, and the guys on Klepto, and Ace, putting off cleaning his room. In this particular issue, the Chin faces one of his most feared nemesis, the Iron Lung, who immediately tries to suck Cleft in using suction power, but is slowed down by Chin giving Cleft a boost with his power pupils. However, the suction is still too strong until Ace and Klepto toss the sewer manhole at Iron Lung's mouth, stopping the suction long enough for Crimson Chin and Cleft to give Iron Lung a punch into a pile of villains comprised of bronze kneecap, brass knuckles, and titanium toenail. Crimson Chin comes to one conclusion, that these villains were raised by the Nega-Chin, Crimson Chin's evil double from a parallel Chinverse. While they begin an inspection on the city, Chin is grabbed by Nega-Chin and subsequently beaten up. Timmy hears the voice of his parents, and unaware that Nega-Chin is right behind them, makes a wish that they were back in his room. Later, when Timmy appears in his bedroom, Nega-Chin is wondering where he is, saying if he were to wrap his hands around Timmy's throat, he'd be doing it in 3 dimensions. Timmy, oblivious to the fact that he's the Nega-Chin instead of the Crimson Chin, wonders why Cosmo and Wanda brought him with them. Wanda explains he said, "I wish we were back in my room," and Cosmo continues the explanation, saying that we could mean anything. We 3. We the people, or Cosmo's favorite, we. Nega-Chin then picks up the essential Crimson Chin book as Timmy's parents beat on the door. Timmy tells his fairies to poof him into the treehouse and give him anything he wants. In the treehouse, Nega-Chin destroys a radio, a soda bottle, and Timmy's fake golf clubs. Cosmo wonders if the Nega-Chin, still under the impression that he's the Crimson Chin, is okay, and Wanda notices the darker costume. However, Nega-Chin fools them by saying it was a mood costume that turns out dark when I get intense. The fairies fall for it and tell him that he's entitled to anything he wants. The Nega-Chin laughs evilly at the realization. Meanwhile, Mr. and Mrs. Turner break down the door, the latter using the former's head as a battering ram, and Mrs. Turner issues Timmy an ultimatum. If Timmy doesn't have his room cleaned by 9 p.m., he would be grounded. A tentacle promptly wiggles out of the dresser drawer and wraps around Mrs. Turner's wrist, and she screams in horror as Mr. Turner pulls her back, shouting, "Honey, no, it's too horrifying." Timmy prepares to wish the Chin back into the book, but is interrupted by an explosion as his charred and blackened fairies appear. Timmy asks what happened, as they point out the window, and Timmy sees Nega-Chin as well as Iron Lung, bronze kneecap, brass knuckles, and titanium toenail out of the book and ready to teach the 3D world Nega-Chin's 3Ds: destruction, doom, and more doom. Timmy realizes that he asked his fairies to give Nega-Chin whatever he wished for, which follows as thus.